So to help this sink in, again, sometimes just seeing the month by month helps it make a little more sense. Let's take a sample family and run through a monthly scenario. Let's say they make $5,000 a month in income and that we spend $4,000 a month in bills. Okay, now that's everything, guys. House payment, car payment, cell phone, groceries, everything. So that leaves us, this family, about $1,000 of discretionary income a month. I realize, yes, most American families do not have $1,000 left over at the end of every month. I'm just going to use these round numbers to show the software. The program works for people that have as little as $20 or $50 a month of discretionary income, okay? So month one, the first thing the homeowner is going to purchase is the actual software. Now, guys, for years, the program sold for one flat fee of $3,500. The program today is actually, the cost of the program is dependent on how much we're going to save you. So we just had one person purchase the program yesterday, and it cost her $750. But again, the most the program can cost someone right now is $34.95. So I'm going to kind of say worst case scenario, we end up paying the maximum for the program. So that's the first thing that comes out of our line of credit in month one is $3,500. So we're going to start with that balance owed. But it's the beginning of the month. So what else do we have to do? We've got to pay bills. We've got to buy groceries and pay our cell phone and make our car payment, and all our monthly expenses come out. That raises the balance on our line of credit up to $7,500. Are you with me? So we're at $7,500 balance owed on the credit line, but we also deposit what? We get paid throughout the month, so we deposit our paycheck against that balance. It lowers the balance on the line of credit to $2,500. This is an open-ended line of credit, meaning even though we used $7,500 out of the account, the bank can only charge us interest on the $2,500. Even if we were at a 10% interest rate, okay, which lines of credit today are typically 2 to 3%, but let's say we were at a 10% rate. 10% times $2,500 divided by 12 is $20.83. Okay, that's what the amount of interest we would pay on the line of credit that month. But again, we don't send an extra check for $20. We already sent the bank $5,000. They take that as a payment. Okay, so let's take the $2,500 balance and roll it over to month two. And guys, we're just going to continue living our life as normal. $4,000 go out in living expenses. That raises the balance to $6,500. $5,000 comes in income. That lowers the balance to $1,500. We get charged interest at 10%. We pay $12.50. Let's go to the next month. We carry the $1,500 balance over to month three, spend $4,000 in living expenses. Now, don't forget, guys, the $4,000 includes the house payment. You still have to make that every month, okay? So the balance is up to $5,500, but we deposit our paycheck in there throughout the month. We're down to $500. Now, guys, this is where it starts to get exciting. We're almost down to zero on the line of credit. What is getting ready to happen? The software kicks in and says, okay, let's do a funds transfer. Let's pull $3,675.77 from the credit line and send it over to the mortgage. Now, the balance on the line of credit goes back up to $41.75.77. That's what we get charged interest on. $34.80 at 10%. Okay, we've been on the program now for 3 months. It's cost us $68.13 in interest on the credit line over a 3-month time frame. But guys, let me ask you a question. When we moved that $3,600 from our credit line and sent it over to the first mortgage, what part of the mortgage did that money go to? It was applied directly to principal, because we had already made the house payment for the month. We already paid all the interest. And $36.75.77, when applied to a $200,000 mortgage at 6%, cancels $17,249 of interest off the loan, which is actually 18 house payments that you will never have to make. They're gone. If we look at the amortization schedule again, We started at 360 months. We're only 3 months in, and we're down to 339 months left. Remember, the principal portion of our house payment was increasing at $1 a month? Well, from month 3 to month 4, it just jumped ahead $19. So guys, some people think, well, 19 bucks, is that really that big a deal? I don't know, you tell me. How long would it have taken you of making your monthly house payment to get to the point where you had an extra $19 going to principal? A year and a half, okay? And we owe $195.7 on the loan. So here on the first mortgage. Now here's what we owe on our line of credit. So we're going to carry that over to month 4 and just to start the process over. Nothing changes about our lifestyle. We're making the same amount of money, spending the same amount of money. So $4,000 comes out, $5,000 comes in. What's starting to happen to the line of credit? It's starting to get paid back down by our discretionary income. So we're down to $2,000 after month 5. Again, spending 4, depositing 5. It's costing us, $20, $25 a month in interest on the line of credit. Month 6, $4,000 comes out, $5,000 goes in. We're back down to $1,000 balance on the line of credit. We're almost down to 0. What's getting ready to happen? Exactly. Another funds transfer kicks in. This time the software tells us to move $2,920.23 from the line of credit. So we send that over to the first mortgage. That amount goes 100% to principal, and it cancels another $12,200 of scheduled interest on the loan, which is another 14 house payments. Guys, wrapping up 6 months. We've been on the program for 6 months. It's cost us $146.85 in interest on the credit line, okay? But we've canceled $29,500 in scheduled interest. Please understand, that's money that you were going to have to pay on the loan. In other words, that's 37 house payments that you're no longer on the hook for. They're gone. If we look at the amortization schedule again, we're 6 months in, we're down to 323 months left.